Alrighty, so if we can allow the head to drop to one side and then allow the head to go really heavy around the front, leaning to the one side, and let your head drop, roll around, just tuning in. How is the neck feeling today? Definitely feeling my daily chin-ups at the moment, my mini habit. And then rather than just doing the head, I want you to let your upper body drop down and round. So you're going to hang down and come back up, then lean to the side and drop down and around. And do it again. All the way down now. So you're going to touch your toes. Restack your spine. Breathing out as you come down, breathing in as you lift. And allow your arms to be quite loose and floppy. And we'll just do that one more time each way. So final one. And then taking the feet a little bit wider, hands to the center of the chest. We're going to turn and look behind. Can we let the knees bend a little bit? And as you let your knees soften and bend, allow your tailbone to hang down. So almost like you're sat, even though you're stood up. Can you notice what's behind you? And then go that little bit further. To check I was recording for anyone who's not turned up. Okay, so from here we're going to stand on the one leg, swing the leg through, pointing the toes, and you get a little bit of height on the leg. So just brushing the floor. As you kick behind, can you get your buttock muscle active? And a bit more height. And then release and switch to the other side. So pointing the toes, getting a little bit of height in the leg. And release, and we're going to kick out to the side and go behind and then in front. To the side and behind and then in front. And last one, good test of balance. And let's do that the other way. Can you point your toes? And last couple. Taking the feet a bit wider, softening the knees again. I'm going to circle the hips slowly around. And reverse. Arch the back and then tuck the pelvis. And reverse. Back the other way. Alrighty, bringing your feet in. Can you meet me down on the mat next? Breathe in and breathe out. Are you looking for online classes that support you with getting more me time? You want to get supple, strong, feel less stressed, get in the driving seat. But actually, perhaps you've noticed that following videos on YouTube isn't actually helping you commit. It's not like the teacher reaches out and says, correct your hips, bring your knee back, move your posture back. And this is the problem. So, of course, you can hit subscribe to get more from the Zigs YouTube channel. But let's face it, we're not going to send our children to a school without a teacher or a tutor. I mean, what's their life going to be like if they're going to learn in that way. So my name's Claire Louise Freeman. I'm the business owner of Zigs Exercise, and I like to encourage you to join me and my community online, where we get together via Zoom and we practice Pilates conditioning, yoga stretches, mobility. And the thing is, we get to actually talk through this stuff. We get to do it together. And to me, consistently doing it together is the thing that gives us much, much better results than if we're left flailing around in front of a video trying to do it all by ourselves. So if you'd like more information about joining me and others, please reach out, get in touch. You can work with us morning, evening, from the comfort of your own home. It's great because you get all the kit together at home, and it does help you to practice in between as well. So I'm offering a complimentary kickstart call. We can talk through what's getting in the way, why it's not worked so far. And sometimes the hardest bit is actually just picking up the phone and talking it through. So brave pants on. I work with all sorts of people from various walks of life, different shapes and sizes. And often people who do work with me do it because they say that I do it in a very non-judgmental way. Of course, it's free to talk, so you can click the link in the description box below, and we can get to know each other and see if we're a good fit. There's no pressure here. On the call, I'll listen in to what you need support with, what your personal needs are, and I can answer any of your questions about our online Pilates and yoga, where we do it together in community. Why wait? This stuff doesn't get any easier as we get older. We work with lots of busy parents, grandparents, business owners, NHS professionals, private school teachers, regular school teachers. So if that feels like you and you need that support and accountability on getting it done, that's the thing. If we've got the sessions booked in regularly, that means we're much more likely to show up. And it's that regularity that people are often missing. They take time off during holidays. It's the commitment that gets the motivation. So why wait? Book in, give me a call, and I'll see you on the other side. So some more mobilization for our lower back. So if you can do a little tuck and then a tap. Lift, tuck, and then tap down. Breathe out as you tuck. Breathe in as you tap. Either staying with this version where you keep your head on the floor, or next level, I'm going to go into a seated balance. So we've got the toes off the ground. Our third option, we'll do a V with the legs and then back in. Keeping the chest lifted, especially if we're doing the V. Elongating up through the spine. We do 2 more. And last one. Alrighty, so from here, we're going to roll onto our front. Placing our thumbs down like this at the side of the body and pointing the toes. So we're in a sort of human dart position, sliding the shoulder blades down the back and then lifting the arms and squeezing the palms towards each other, almost like you're holding something behind your box, like a box behind you, and then coming down. So again, lifting up so the pinky is towards the ceiling, squeezing the box between your hands, and then coming down. Let's do that again. Adding some lift like this through your chest, getting a bit of height in your upper body, and then lowering. Pointing the toes on the lift, hovering the chest, and then coming back down. Now try to push your pubic bone into the floor as you lift. That helps to activate the core, and then lower. Now that may be enough for you, particularly if you get niggles in your back. So for more advanced, you've got a strong, happy, healthy healthy back, we add some lift through the legs as well, which adds much more loads into the back. So our third option, lifting the arms, chest and the legs. We're going to do 3 more. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling and lowering. Last couple. And final one. From here, we're going to push up and move to the downward dog, mobilizing our feet. So if we can push the heel down on one side as we flex our toes on the other. Let's do that again. Push the heel down. As you press the heel down, try and lift your tailbone up. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Use this time for some deeper breathing space. One more on each side. So final one. We're going to take a walk with our feet towards our hands. Come down to our back. We're going to point the toes and take our opposite arm away from our leg. Level 1 or level 2, we'll do it here with our knees at 90 degrees and then tap down that way. Our third level, we'll move the legs out on a diagonal and tap from there, flexing the toes and then pointing them. Flex as we come up, point as we come down. Your own variation on the theme is absolutely fine. Can we do 4 more? And last couple. Alrighty, bend your knees, hands on the top of the knees. We're going to circle open, round and in. Allow your bottom to tuck and then arch. So tuck and then arch your back. So you're sort of massaging your lower back against the ground as you circle the legs. Reversing. Allow your knees to fall apart as you do it. Breathe. And last couple. Final one. And then from here, can you move to your side? So we're going to prop up on our bottom elbow like that. And bend your knees. You should work at your posture in your shoulders. So you're pressing your shoulders down as you lift up through your hip. And then lower. If you like, you can add a sweep overhead with the arms. So we stay up there a bit longer and then come down. Or level 2, we take the feet behind. So we're sort of flush from the chest through the hip to the knee. More advanced option with a straight leg. Try to get a good lift in your waistline and squeeze and make a fist that bottom arm. Breathe. So stamina building for the muscles down the side of the body, side of the lower back. Let's do 2 more. And final one. And then from there, we're going to bend the legs in. And we're going to lean out to the side. And let's release and give that a go on the other side. So elbow down directly under your shoulder. Lock that shoulder down, the knees forward for our first level. Head back, that can tend to creep forwards on these. Adding some lift and reach, staying up there a little bit longer. second level, bringing our legs back behind, makes it slightly tougher. And then moving the feet further away adds more of the body weight into that arm and shoulder. So find your level with it. Breathe. Squeeze and make a fist on that bottom hand. And then soften and relax as you come down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can we do 2 more? Alrighty, so final one. Okay, and then from here, we bend the legs. And we're going to lean away to the side. And let's release. Crisscrossing the legs, or you can take your feet wide if you find it troubles your knees a bit. Coming up, reaching forwards, hands just a bit wider than your shoulders, chin in, deep breath. Wriggle your fingers forwards, a little bit further. Breathe deeply. Notice, how do you feel the stretch? And then slide your hand back in. Inhale and reach up. Eye gaze up, arms back by the ears. Exhale, coming down. Wriggling the fingers forwards. Feeling for the breath. Noticing where you feel the stretch. As you slide your hands in, imagine you're gathering positive, healthy energy. Particularly if you had a busy, hectic day, imagine you're exhaling out any tension and worries. Sliding the hands back in. If you're doing the cross-legged version, you bring the other leg over the top and lengthening up again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can you go that little bit further forwards? Chin down. Imagine you're drawing in positive, healthy energy. Inhaling, reaching. Exhaling, coming down. Breathe. Gonna slide the hands back in. And let's do one more. Elongate the spine. A little bit further forwards. And let's release, placing our feet, heart in front, about hip width, and then curling down, tapping the back of the head on the floor. Exhaling and lifting. Can we straighten up through the back? Inhaling and lowering. Exhaling and lifting. Adding tap down one shoulder and then back up for our next level. So we rotate, tap the shoulder down. More advanced today as we come up into a V and then drop. So lifting the chest and tapping the shoulder. And we do 4 more. Breathe. So last couple. And final one. Alrighty, from here we're going to roll onto our front for a quad stretch. So if you make a fist and park it under your forehead, catching hold of one foot. If you get tight in your feet, get hold of your toes. So you're actually giving your toes a stretch as you weight your hips down. Heel pulled in towards your buttock. Push your pubic bone down to intensify the stretch. Deep breath. You might prefer to stay with that version, or next level, you float your thigh bone off the floor. Keep your hip bone down. Breathe. Let's release. Switch. And let's give that a go on the other side. So knees together, heel towards the bottom. Pressing the pubic bone in towards the floor. And for those of you doing next level, we add a thigh bone lift. Breathe. Alrighty, let's release, coming up onto all fours. So hands just slightly wider than the shoulder, knees under the hip. And think about your shoulder posture as you let your chest lead the way to the floor as we do a press, spreading the fingers. Keeping the core active as you lower. For our next level, moving our knees slightly further back. Let your chest lead the way. Tougher option, coming up onto the toes. Breathing out as we lower. Breathing in as we lift. Can we do 4 more? And last couple. So final one. And then if we can meet in the downward dog, lifting the tailbone up, push down with both heels. Your head look towards your belly. Close your eyes. Breathe into your belly. As you hang out in your downward dog, I'd like you to repeat how you'd really like to feel. Is it calm? Is it happy? Is it content? What is the word? You could say it in your head each time you exhale. Let's take a walk with our hands in towards our toes, pushing your body weight back to your heels. You're just going to rock back to the heel. Tuck the head in towards the knees. And then soften the knees. And if you can find a drink, now's a good time to top up. So particularly if you are playing a bit of catch up today, use this time to rehydrate. Can you find a stick? Let's use the sticks for some lunges. Here we are. Okay, alrighty. So nice big stride. We've got 1 foot forwards, tiptoe on our back foot. We can park the stick here behind. Can you get your knuckles and your lower back together as you come down, down, down. Hold it there, squaring up our hips. Inhale, straightening the front leg. Exhaling, coming down, down, down. I'm going to push the back heel away. Pushing the back of the head into the stick. And straightening the front leg. Let's do that again. So coming down, down, down. Squaring up the hips. Breathe. And from here, we're gonna slide our back foot to the edge of the mat. Can we get the edges of the foot parallel here with the edges of the mat? And then this hand by the front leg, you park it mid-thigh, flat back position. So use your stick to feel what's going on in your back. In the hip bones squared up as you lean, so feeling for a stretch in the hamstrings on that front leg. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. And let's soften our front knee. We're going to turn around and aim our lunge, stretch on the other side. So squaring up the hips again, bending into the front knee, coming down, nice big space between the feet. And on your back foot, often that heel will wander in. Coming down, down, and that top elbow, can we get it up towards the ceiling? Inhaling as we straighten out our front leg. Exhaling as we drop. On this front thigh, work towards getting this parallel to the floor here. And back up. And let's give that a go one more time. Our knuckles and our lower back towards each other as we lengthen that back leg away. Breathe. Alrighty, and then from here, finding that parallel edge, especially with the back foot, that heel will tend to wander in. So freeing up the front hand to the mid-thigh, applying a little bit of pressure on that mid-thigh as we lean, feeling for a flat back position, the stick, so it's attached to the head, shoulders, and the tailbone. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And again, deep breath. One more deep breath here. Alrighty, let's give our legs a shake. Can you find some weights? Have another drink. Quite warm once you get going. So we're going to hold our weights like plates, turning out, pressing the shoulders down, and then moving back in. Think about your posture. I'd like you to lengthen up through the crown of your head. Particularly if you've been doing a lot of desk work today, chances are the rib cage is in sort of dropped position. So try to lift your ribs, open your chest and breastbone, your collarbones. Going to add a little tiptoe rise, keeping open and lifted in the chest, and then coming down. What's the play like in the ankles as we go right up onto our tiptoes? Can we steady the ankles? Helping to build strength in the calves. Going out and reaching for our next level. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more advanced option today. We're going to bring the weights up, out, and back in and down. So choose your level. Relaxing the shoulders down if we're going into that overhead position. We do 2 more. Alrighty, so last one. Breathe in as you open. Exhale and lift. And then allowing the weights to hang at the side, rolling the shoulders back. Try to open your chest. Up to your ears, squeeze and press down. Can we do that standing on the one leg? Pointing your toes. Keep going with the shoulders and give that a go on the other side. Pointing the toes. Let's take our feet just slightly wider than our hip, coming down into a squat, thinking about our positioning in our back and our knees. So as you lower, can you aim your knees towards your smaller toes slightly? Does it feel like your back goes into overarch? Pull in your core, so there's a sense of length in your lower back. Breathe, adding a fold for our next level, or adding some reach forward with the shoulder blades pressed down the back. More advanced, pushing overhead. Breathe. And we do 4 more. Last couple. And final one. Alrighty, have another drink if you need one, and you'll need a foam roller next. If you can meet me down on the mat. Aiming halfway down your back, hands supporting the back of your head. We're going to lean back, allow the head to drop towards the ground, and then bring it back up. Now, if you want to, you can add a little bit of weight as you go back, having the weight by your neck. Let your head go heavy into your hands, tucking your bottom under as you lift, and then allowing your back to arch a little bit. And then moving the roll just another inch up your back. And another inch higher up. Breathing in as you drop back. Exhale and lift. Let's do 2 more. So final one. Placing your roll to one side. And you bring your knees up to 90 degrees. And then arms overhead, so we're going to tap the toes and the thumbs down simultaneously, and then like this, drawing a circle with your arms. So we tap and then circle. Holding onto the core as you lower. Can you avoid overarching your back as your legs come down? So we've got that focus on our core control, but then explore your core, perhaps taking your legs a little bit further away. Now it's easy to speed up and skip when we get just off the floor. If you can milk that point a little bit, that's where the magic happens apparently. I tend to get the shakes about there. edge of the comfort zone and all that. Over time, working towards a straighter leg. Breathe. Can we do 4 more? So last couple. And final one. And then from there, if you can let your legs drop, straighten them out and turn your palms outwards. Arching back, so you've got a little finger side towards the floor. Heels together, point the toes, and allow your back to arch, closing the eyes, breathing deeply into your belly, and verbalize your breath as you exhale. So sort of sigh, and again, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. And earlier, we labeled a feeling and said it in our heads, how we'd really like to feel today. So I just want you to come back to that. Just repeat the word in your head as you exhale. Whether it's calm, happy, energized, content. Breathe. And I want you to, in your head now, make a noise that goes with that emotion. So if it's calm, it might be a ah, or if it's a happy, it might be a wee, or something like that. Alrighty, let's release. We're gonna use this hand to curl ourselves up. And can you find a stick? Going to move into some side kicks today. So allowing your head to rest down on your bottom arm. You're going to lift up the waistline, hover through the top leg. Can we bring our bottom leg up to meet our top leg so the legs are in the air and then back down? The aim is to keep the waistline lifted throughout the leg lift and the leg lower. We're working into strengthening the side of the core. Let your head rest on your bottom arm. Relax your head down into that arm. On next level, we're going to stay up there and we're going to split the leg forwards, backwards, to the center, and then down. So both legs lifted, pointing the toes, splitting forwards and backwards, but keeping our upper body as steady as we can. And we do 2 more on this side, working the inner thigh. And final one, I'm going to stick to monitor the posture. Okay, good stuff. Let's give that a go on the other side. So head, shoulders, tailbone against the stick. So use that to help back on what the posture in the back is doing. You drop that head down into the bottom arm, feeling for the lift in the waistline. We can keep that hovered throughout the leg lift. Get the heels to touch as we hover, and then flexing our feet as we come down. So pointing the toes, squeeze. Can we touch the heels? Now sometimes that top hip will go on a bit of a mission back. So try to keep that top hip forwards, almost like you're teetering on an edge and you're going to face plant. Obviously that's not the look we're quite going for, but see if you can keep your hips nudge forward. On next level we do the split. So one forwards as the other leg goes back. Breathe. we do 2 more. So, final one. And then from here, we're going to move into a glute stretch. So if you can pop yourselves onto your back with your right leg over your left, we're going to do the 3-way glute stretch. So we'll do it in stages. Our first level, parking the hands just here at the back of the left leg. Using the hands to pull in, pressing the shoulders down, lengthening through the back of the neck. Your chin down, so you're sort of pushing the back of the head into the ground, which will give your neck a little bit of a stretch at the same time. And for those of you who want to move up a level, we're going to interlace the fingers around the front of the shin as we keep pushing the right leg out. Breathing deeply. That may be enough for you. The next level, we're going to bring our opposite hand to the top foot. Put the hand on the bridge of the foot, and then we take the other hand out and around the outside as we catch hold of the other bridge of the opposite foot. And then from there, bringing both feet to the floor. Pushing the bottom knee down. Pushing the top knee out and away. Lifting the breastbone up. So pushing the top knee away. Breathing deeply. Breathing into the belly. Repeating our noise again. Let's release. Can we give that a go on the other side? So this time we've got the left over the right, hands around the back of the right thigh, pulling in, but using the elbow to push outwards. Notice how much effort is going into that stretch. Remember, we get out what we put in. Breathing into the stretch, dropping the chin down. Pushing the back of the head into the ground, activate some stretch around the neck. Interlacing our fingers at the front of the shin for our next level. Breathe. So for our third option, opposite hand on the bridge of the foot at the top. Taking the other hand around to the other bridge of the foot. Tying ourselves up in knots as we bring our feet to the floor. Pushing the bottom knee down into the ground and pushing the top knee away. Opening the chest, breathing deeply. Breathing into the belly. Coming back to the noise of our feeling. Alrighty, so as promised, we do a little bit of foam rolling for the legs. Little cure for Jane. Let's move into an IT band foam roll. So I'd like you to go onto your roll at the side of your body, sort of between your buttock and your waistline. So the bottom leg is straight, and we're going to bring this top leg here, so the foot is flat and kind of shunting along really slowly. So you're applying a little bit of pressure down to the side of your knee. Sort of feeling for between the quad and the IT band. So you're sort of going down the side of the quad muscle, over the hip. Gurning optional. And let's do it again. Torture. The Zigs torture chamber. Sent with love, of course. So helps to get some blood flow, apparently. Alrighty, can we give that a go on the other side? So again, if you start from the between the waist and the hip, shunting along. Coming down to the side of the knee. Watched Karate Kid with the kids actually on the weekend. Made me think of when Guz and I went to Kung Fu school in Eastern China, pre-kids of course. Actually, it was part of our honeymoon, as you do. We were telling the kids how we met people who were able to break bricks with their hands. We sort of taught them through the process of that. Gaz was telling me about some training where guys broke baseball bats on their shins. Not sure that one appeals too much. Probably got amazing bone density though. Okay, so then from here, we're going to come over the top of our foam roller. And we're going to move it down to the knees and then a steady roll up the thigh and back down. So let your legs sort of go quite heavy over the top. Sort of massaging the thighs. Some would probably say they've had nicer massages. If it's starting to get easy, you can crisscross the leg like this. One over the other. And doing that on the other side. Alrighty, resting off, torture over. Let's come over onto our backs, a bit of R&R. Okay, so I'd like you to pop your hands on top of your belly, closing your eyes. Just allowing your body to sink down into the mat. And take a moment of self-praise. It's easy not to do this stuff, and the stuff that at times can feel like quite a challenge. Reminding yourself of the benefits of showing up, making the decision to get it done, to do something positive for your mobility and flexibility, or yourself feel better and your mental health. Taking time just to tap into how you'd like to feel. Everyone does that on a daily basis. Not everyone is able to do that. So just being thankful for that ability to get to do this practice. As you lay here on your back, allow your attention to drift. as if you're holding on to any bits of tension in muscles in your body, and ask those muscles to soften and ask them to let go. As you bring your attention back to your breathing, I'd like you to do a deep breath in through your nose. Pause and hold your breath for a moment. And then do a long exhale. Keep blowing out until you can't blow out any more air. Inhale again. Pause and hold your breath. And then a long exhale. Keep blowing out. Can't blow out any more air. Just do that one more time. Alright, if you can open your eyes, I'd like you to roll to your side and come up to a seated position. Placing one hand just here on the top of your head, you're going to turn and drop the chin into the armpit. A gentle pull at the back of the skull. Taking a stretch for the neck. Deep breath. And let's release. Place the other hand on the top, sliding the hand to the back of the skull. Chin into the armpit. Breathe deeply. And let's release. Alrighty, so I hope that's made a real difference today.